Welcome to my kitchen. Today we are making CoverGirl chicken salad. This is high in protein, low in calories, super simple to throw together. So the way I'm going to make it makes 2 servings, and each one has 37 grams of protein and only 250 calories. Wait, what? So here's what, and you could double this, triple this, all of the things. So this recipe is an even simpler variation of the favorite chicken salad that is in actually both of my cookbooks, slightly different in the second one. And I wanted to come up with a way to make it even simpler, where you didn't have to do anything to prep the chicken. So we're using canned chicken. I'm not normally big in canned meat, but sometimes we don't want to handle raw meat either. And I found one that at Walmart of all places that is like the ingredients are literally chicken breast, salt, and water. So there you go. So, but some other things I love about this recipe is this is a base recipe that you can kind of play with and do whatever you like. So I'm going to make it in such a simple way. And again, it's 37 grams of protein, 250 calories per serving. But there's a lot of ways you could change it, whether it's different seasonings, different fresh, produce you're putting in there. You could even add things like nuts, but that's or dried fruit, but that's where you really start to up the calories and not really up the nutrition that much, especially when you're going with those like flavored nuts and things for salads. So I wouldn't really go down that path, but as we make the salad, I'll show you, lots of different options. So let me show you first what we're using in my super basic version. All you need is this is a 12-ounce can of chicken breast. This is premium chunk chicken breast from Walmart, great value brand, and the ingredients are only chicken breast, salt, and water. So that's just with these canned meats. There's all types of other crap added that we don't need. This one was super clean. So all we need is this. 1 apple. I already started to chop mine. And no, let me demo my little food chopper, which is really fun. So large can of chicken, an apple, plain Greek yogurt. I'm using 2%. And I'm seasoning it with this lemon pepper. I just find this is a great flavor profile, but you can mix it up, jazz it up, do whatever you like. So this is one of those recipes that is endlessly versatile. You can mix in all kinds of things. So let's start with the chicken. We are just going to go ahead and I'm going to drain this over the sink and throw it into my bowl. Yeah, I was just making sure. Do I even have a bowl out? Was I even planning for this? Okay, so just draining this over the sink. I could use a colander, but that would be one more thing to wash. So this is one of those pull top lids with a little tab. So that's what it looks like. It's nice chunks. Just dumping our chicken into the bowl. And there we have it. Next, we're adding apple. So you don't need one of these food choppers, but you might want one of these food choppers. They're super fun and they do really, especially have a lot of food prep to do. They really do a lot of chopping. They're fun. I'm not opposed to just getting out a knife and chopping, but this is my little apple. You just kind of cut it into chunks and then this is very satisfying. It's great for things like celery, onions. So I have my apple all evenly chopped, which is really nice. We are going to spark. Sometimes this part now came right over. Okay. So see, we have our apple nicely chopped. This is just so simple, and it all goes through the dishwasher really easily. Because if I can't throw it in the dishwasher, I'm realistically not going to use it. If I can't throw it in the dishwasher, the washing machine, I can't be bothered because I have better things to do than be washing stuff all the time. So we've got our chicken and our apple. Now, some other things you could add at this time. This would be a great time if you're into celery. You could add celery, like some chopped celery. I only like it if it's really finely diced, and it's just not something that I keep on hand. You could also add chopped raw onion if you like that. I don't ever eat raw onion because I just like my breath to be fresh. So there. But those are things you could add that are really almost no calories. It's not really going to change the macros. You could also add more fruit, like some red grapes are really good in this, or if you want to substitute like a cup of red grapes for the apple, macros will be about the same. If you want to add grapes and apple, it's going to be a little bit different. And again, you can add things like nuts, but that will absolutely change the macros a lot. People love to add the dried cranberries. That's like, they have so much sugar added, so I just don't go down that road. Um, again, that's just how I choose to do it. So because we're looking at, keeping the protein up and the calories relatively low. And that's why I'm calling this CoverGirl chicken salad. Similar to some of my recipes are bikini friendly. Lately, I'm using the term CoverGirl due to the Maximum CoverGirl competition, kind of my favorite thing ever. So friendly reminder to vote for Elizabeth, Maximum CoverGirl 2025, because it is time to tell a new story about aging. Women of all ages deserve to be seen, heard, and admired. And yes, this is 58, no filters. So let's add, so now we are adding about a quarter cup of just plain 2% Greek yogurt. I'm using Fage. So sure, you could use mayo in this, but that is going to be more calories, less protein. If you are using mayo, check the labels. I like to use a really clean avocado oil mayo. My favorite is Primal Kitchen Foods. So we just got our chicken, apple, Greek yogurt in the bowl. And now I'm going to go in heavy-handed with this lemon pepper from Redmond Real Salt. This is where I really get most of my seasonings. They really nail the different flavor combinations. Also, I love their just regular salt. And everything is super clean. The salt, there is salt in it, so you don't need to also salt it. And then we're just going to mix it all up. And you really need to get in there. This is also one of those recipes, as I said, double it, triple it, whatever. It's great. It's always going to taste better after it's been sitting in the fridge for at least an hour and the flavors really blend. And you can easily make it a couple days ahead. Make sure you use a nice thick creamy Greek yogurt. Like not regular yogurt is probably going to be too runny and get watery. But this really tastes best when it sits for at least an hour. And it's going to taste great tomorrow, even the next day. So that's why this is so great to make ahead for lunches. What I'm going to do with it this time is put it in, I'm going to divide it into 2 little glass food storage containers. And then these are so great to just grab and go. Of course, you can also serve this on top of a bed of greens and make it look pretty. It's really nice. I like the sweetness of the apple with some like arugula, little bitter green with a bit of a kick. That's my personal flavor combo that I like, but you do you. But I like to store these in individual containers. I got these on Amazon. I've had them for years. They definitely upgrade your food storage. If you are doing any type of meal prep, you're really into having healthy food on hand, these are gonna like change the game for you. So that is it, my CoverGirl chicken salad. I will absolutely put the written recipe in the caption. You can find way more. I like to break up the chicken chunks a little more too. You can find more of my high protein, low calorie recipes in my 2 cookbooks. The Happy, Healthy, and Hot cookbook is the first one that came out in 2023. Second one is Happier, Healthier, and Hotter in 2024. I will link both of those in the comments. So thank you so much for being here. Save this if you found it helpful. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That gets the word out to YouTube that this content is relevant. And also let me know in the comments what else you'd like to see. And, mindset, nutrition, fitness, all the things. And I'll make that happen. Thanks for being here. And I hope you have an amazing day.